This podcast is rated TV PG for fantasy violence and language. Welcome back to Star Wars Birth of the Republic tabletop role-playing game. Episode 10. I'm Kirk, and I will be your storyteller.
I am Andrew. I play Hakru, the Zabrak Scout.
I'm Eric. I'm playing Lashara, the Bothan Noble.
I'm Greg. I'm playing Dodd, the Human Scoundrel.
Yeah, I'm Seth, playing Jad Markeda, the Rhodian Scoundrel.
This is Mary, and I will be playing Rura, the Tagorian Scout.
Welcome back to Star Wars Birth of the Republic. Last time we finished up our supply run at the planet is off my mind now. Where to go? Bakura. And traveled through wild space and wound up running into a few hazards before finally winding up in the gravitational pull of a black hole, which didn't destroy the ship, but it really did some damage. The crew made its way back to Bakura and started plotting again hyperspace jumps, and we had Lash and Nanat used destiny points to make jumps in each square all the way out to the planet. Upon arriving, they found a temple, and through exploring, they found ruins in the walls, pictographs, and eventually found a subterranean temple within the temple, and managed to open two gigantic locked doors by using the imagery they found. And inside was a greater holocron, I believe it is, a great holocron, and a lightsaber in a sort of altar. They also found the remnants of a campsite that had been well used but was abandoned probably about 10 years ago or more. Upon removing the holocron, the temple began to have seismic activity and started to crumble around them. So they grabbed the holocron, the lightsaber, and made it outside and got back on the ship, and that's where we're at now. The ship is taking off from this desolate world, and they're getting ready to seek out the creature that they were hired to capture and bring back, which is on a another sector of space in wild space they've got to go find. So it's up to you guys. Do you want to backtrack to that elbow in the hyperspace lane and then move out from there easily? I mean, there's nothing to roll to really navigate that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the
makes
safest.
the most sense.
Yeah.
It's definitely the safest path.
Where did I put that?
So it'd be we've got navigation for 4 squares, and then we'd need to come up with 2. Right?
Where to go? Wiki.
Which, here's my question on that. Are we able to take a 20 on Astrogate?
I don't believe so. So
I know you can't take a 20 on everything, which is just why I'm asking.
and basically all the 20 and the 10 would do would you'd be able to do it faster. Otherwise, it takes an hour to plot the course. If you have no data, base DC is a use computer check 30, and the astrogator must spend 1 hour calculating coordinates and vectors before attempting the jump. And I want to say let's look it up real quick.
Okay, I need a 13 or better to make the roll. So hopefully Lash is willing to back me up using her force sensitivity and additional help on the.
Yeah, you get basically a reroll if you fail, and then she would be backing it up. And please do not forget to spend your force points if you're like less than 5 away from your goal, because
Her crew will 100% be wanting to assist with his newfound proficiencies.
okay.
So
Let's see.
I can give you an additional +2 on that roll, which now we're getting closer to that 50-50 range.
Yeah. It's not use the force, it's use computer. That's why I couldn't find it. I thought they had astrogate. Let's see, astrogation. Nice. I didn't put it in there.
What this says is that the book says it only takes a minute, which is weird.
It does if you have maps and
Oh,
stuff.
you have maps.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
it's under travel in the galaxy, where they define it by. Yeah, what's going on?
Well, either way, it does say you can take 10 on use computer checks, and you can take 20 on use computer, except when trying to improve access. So you should be able to take 20 for this. 10 or 20.
Okay, that would increase it to like 20 hours. Doing astrogate. Trained only. Choose hyperspace. 5 points. Reduce the travel by 1 day. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't say you can't take 20, but instead of coming out and taking an hour and then make another jump, because it's going to take. I think we had 5 checks per square to navigate as safe as you can. Otherwise, the DC starts climbing up. So let's get back to maps. Maps.
So it's 5, 1.
So however you want to do it, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's basically 3 squares away.
So if it's 5 per square, that's 3 weeks.
Each check that you make is like 4 hours of travel time. So it takes about a day to go through a square.
Right, no, but I'm saying if we take the 20 and it's 3 squares, 15 checks, each one would take 1 full day.
To move through one, it would take 5 days, to move through.
Yeah, so a little over 2 weeks.
So yeah, it's up to you. If you guys want to do that, you can do that.
I think we roll for it.
All right, let's go for it.
We're not the ones, or I'm not the one rolling dice, so it's
All right, let me get
entirely
my.
up to the people who's
let
got
me-
the skills.
Well, using the
Okay.
force points makes a big difference here.
Right.
It does.
We're
And-
so close on sometimes,
Right. You guys were just like a few away from some of the failures, and we just didn't use a force point.
Right, and we've got things a lot more stacked now.
Yeah.
He's got an extra level, which now his use computer is higher.
Right.
We have someone who can assist now. We've got a catchable, and we're remembering. Not only our tools are better, and we're remembering to use them all.
Right.
That's the key.
Right.
Yeah, well, this first roll is not so good.
All right. So we're at DC 30 for this.
Yep.
And what did you roll?
I rolled a 1.
Okay.
You know what's really ironic on this? To assist you, I rolled a 20.
It's still a 1. That's the bad thing.
Here's the thing, though. A 20 is not enough for me to make this check.
No.
Oh, yeah, it
yeah,
is.
yeah. For assisting,
I
yeah.
need a 20 in order to make this check on my own.
Right, right. All right.
Okay,
So the
but
second
let's
roll,
try- Yeah.
this is your catch your mistake roll.
Right, here it goes. Much, much closer. 28.
28.
My assist of 2.
2 is a 30. Yeah. So
Okay. So
that
I'm like, oh, wait. This one goes there. That one goes here.
and a crew leans over and like turns a knob and bing, the green light comes on. So
I mean, what he said.
all right. So first jump for the first square is successful. Let's do the second one.
All right.
So if there's anything anyone else wants to do, you're having 4 hours in between these jumps.
Gonna build an empire.
The crew's going to be like really into, like it's a kid with a new toy.
Right.
He's just so excited and he's so happy to be helpful.
Okay.
Well, Lashara is going to check to make sure that Dodd has the assistance that he needs for this, and it seems like her crew is wanting to fill that now.
Okay.
So she is going to go back to her quarters and explore this new device that she has.
Okay.
When you're walking away, I said, hey, Lash, why don't you stick around and add your intuition to this, just in case.
Okay.
That gives us that third check that we were talking about, especially given that I just rolled a 4, which gives me a total of 21.
Plus 2 for my assist.
All right, 23. All right, yes. Go ahead and roll again.
Yep, here we go. Oh my God.
Dodd has lost all confidence.
Wait.
He's talking to Lashara. She's walking away and like beep, boop, boop, puts in the wrong coordinates.
Yeah.
Yeah. I rolled exactly the same, another 4.
Okay, so 23. All right, Lashara.
I rolled a 13, and this is what type of roll?
I don't think it's very much for
Wow.
For what you are.
Is he doing a use computer or use the force?
Use the force. And it's
okay. Well, then it is a 24 is my roll.
Yeah, and I think your roll for that is, what is that? It's not sense force or sense surrounding telepathy. Maybe it is. What do we say that was? Search feelings. Full round action, you can make a DC 15 to use the force check, determine whether an action will yield favorable or unfavorable. So she stops you at that point, and she says, I have a bad feeling about this. And so now you get to basically restart for another hour.
Okay.
So roll again. Do you need to change out dice?
Yeah. I got a 26. What did you get?
A crew assists. You have another 2.
So 28.
So roll the. So that's 28.
A force point. Here we go.
There you go.
3.
There you go.
Yes.
31. All right, the second jump goes off without a hitch. Third one.
Rura, by the way, is like spending, like when we're actually moving, they're like when we're about to come out of hyperspace, she's sitting there going, all right, hanging out in the spots where things might go wrong, just in case, based on the entirety of her experience and travel on the ship so far.
Yeah, this is your only experience with spaceflight. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. This time we got it. I rolled a 19 plus 15 plus 2 plus the assist. I'm sure.
A crew assists.
Right. So something like 40,000 is what we got on that roll.
All right, so the second one jumps off without a problem. This is the fourth.
That's roll 4?
That was 3.
That was 3? Okay.
Yep, so roll number 4.
Here we go. Again, 15 with my 15 is 30 plus 2 plus...
Okay. Let's do the fifth one.
Here we go. 9. So 24, 25, 26. I may have to spend a force point. Did you get the assist?
Oh, yeah. Assume a crew assists. And
Okay.
the only time a crew is not able to assist is when I roll a 1.
Okay, so 28.
Plus a force point, and I got a 3.
There you
So
go.
we're good.
31. So the
I think I'm getting... I look at everybody. I think I'm getting the hang of this.
truth is the same. We are hanging this.
So square one has been mapped out
Okay, great.
quite easily. Do you guys want to take some downtime in between all this? Because it's been about 26 hours of travel and doing this.
Yeah, I think it's probably
to go to
time we
bed.
take a nap.
Okay. All right. So everyone kind of beds down for a good 8 hours or so. And nothing's really happening. You guys are in a patch of space with no planets around or anything, so it's quite peaceful. You guys start moving about a little bit later, and Nanat, you hear him getting up and making some breakfast. And he seems pretty upbeat, pretty chipper for what's going on. He's excited about this.
Yeah, this is going to be a hunt.
Yeah.
I'll walk around during the time when we're in flight making hunting puns. See what happens.
Does he get it? He does get it.
Yeah.
You hear him as he's making his tea.
All right. All right, team. Are you guys ready for the next one?
Yep.
Well, Lash wants to explore some of this device that she has found.
Make a use the force roll.
I feel like Lashara. Wow. I feel like Lashara should get a shaft of light at this point in the episode.
The device has gone dark as soon as you picked it up and took it with you, and it has not lit back up since.
Okay, so she's just going. She rolled a 27 for her use the force check.
Okay.
She's going to kind of mess with her lightsaber a little bit and explore it, and it's a dangerous weapon. She finds out very, very quickly.
Yes. Your bed sheets now have either holes in them or the corners have been cut off. There's a stab hole in the ceiling where you were like, oh. Pull it down.
Good thing her crew wasn't hiding up there this time.
Yeah. He's now got a peephole he can look through. A la Porky's.
She sees Dodd walk by, and she comes out and shows Dodd, and she's like, I've read some stories of these are fairly legendary weapons that are used by force wielders. And she like flicks it on to show him, and she points out, she's like, the thing that puzzles me is this hilt looks very familiar to me.
Huh. What makes you feel that way? Just looking at it, and did you disengage the weapon?
Yeah. I lit it up, I lit it up, and it was like, and I kind of, it was humming as I moved it a little bit, and then I turned it off, and then I like held that out in front of you, telling you about what it looks like.
I pay attention to what triggers it as on, but I double check and ask which button turns it on.
And she like,
Yeah, it looks like a little knot in wood that just slides ever so slightly.
Okay, I'm gonna not push that button myself, but okay, I'm gonna look at it. This is, as far as I could tell. I mean, I'll make an intelligence check, I guess, or engineering check, maybe.
Mechanics.
Yeah, mechanics. That sounds good. 25 on the mechanics check.
This is a very complex weapon. It seems to, if she lets you hold it, you kind of look at it and turn it on a little bit and do some readings if you can. And it seems like it only expends energy when it's interacting with material, but the energy source is vast. If it does drain energy, it's hardly anything.
What powers this thing? Have you looked into this?
It's just an energy cell. If you can get it open, yeah.
Okay. A 25 on an engineering roll. I
Yeah,
figure that's
you're
pretty good.
using some sort of scanner and looking it over and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Your visor is also looking over it.
Lash mentions again, she's like, I know that these are the weapons of force wielders, and I wonder if it has anything to do with that. Like it might pull energy from the force, for all I know.
This is not an area that I know a lot about,
Yeah.
but I can tell you this much. If I saw this on the open market and I knew that someone was interested in something like this, I reckon it would fetch a very high price. I would protect this and maybe not show it off a lot when we're in public.
She shakes her head and says, "That's a really good idea. I hadn't thought of that."
Yeah. Look at the craftsmanship on this, though. And I
Yeah.
point out the wood, the wood that it's kind of carved into, or
Yeah.
that the machinery is emplaced in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is astounding. How old do you think this is?
You're not sure. It looks like wood, but it is made out of like a gold-plated material that's been hammered with little hammers to make it look organic.
Okay.
So there are no flat pieces on it or anything like that.
Huh. Yeah, this is beautiful. How we're gonna have to find someone to help you learn how to use this, right?
Well, I think so. I really need to know what that hexagonal device is. When I grabbed it, and I'm sorry, I wasn't really thinking, but when I grabbed it, it went dark. Do you remember? It was glowing before,
Yeah.
and now
Gold?
it seems. Yeah, I think it was like a blue
Right.
in color, and now it's dim. It's like we may have removed it from its energy source, but I'm gonna go. I feel like I need to examine it more, and I'll let you know what I find out.
It looks like some of these pieces might move, but there's no way to. There's no catch, no latch, no anything. This is Lash. Look, you found some treasures. What you do with them is up to you. But this is some impressive. And you say this called you from across the galaxy.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't hear anything from it for right now.
Huh.
Yeah.
Dodd's thinking to himself, if only Lash and Rua were a little tighter, I would say, hey, talk to her. I bet she, you know what? Screw that. I would maybe bring it by our newest companion and see what she thinks about it. I've noticed that she's kind of an intuitive when it comes to engineering.
Oh, you mean the other furry one?
Hey, I am not talking about Nanad here.
She spits. Gypsies, we shall talk of them no more. Favorite line from Angel.
We will speak of it no more.
Speak of them no more.
Well, I think I'm going to take it back to my quarters and check it out for a little while, and then I might go talk to the hairball.
Hey, I'm just saying, she seems like she's got some, I could talk to you all day about what it might be worth. And I could tell you that I think that it would be desirable, right, for other people to possess. But something like this, I mean, I have a feeling it's ancient. If there was about 10 years of somebody trying to get a hold of it and you walked in and just took it, that's pretty amazing. Like, I don't want to discount that. This may have a stronger connection to you than you or I know. And look, I'm not crazy about that kind of thing, but I've seen some weird stuff.
All right, Dodd. Well, thanks for your help. I'll check it out, and I'll let you know what I find out.
All right. I'll let you know when we're getting ready to make the next jump. Your intuition has saved us a few times now.
All right. Well, you know where I'll be.
I'll hit you with the comms.
By the way, for the listeners, the hammering that's going on behind it in the background is Eric's remodel. But in the game, it's actually Rua banging on stuff as she's like tinkering with things. So that's what it's.
I was gonna.
Yeah, my apologies.
No, it's not a big deal. I just want to explain to people if they're listening on the non-video podcast, they're like, what is going on in the background, these people? So
Rua could be tinkering with things.
Yep.
The crew could be tinkering with things. Like,
Banging
ships aren't
toys in a
quiet.
metal
No.
ship.
exactly.
I mean, the ship has taken some damage lately.
Yes, I think.
There may be
I think
a
it's-
few loose things.
I thought. Did you guys get it all back up to par? I cannot remember.
Yeah, we stopped. I thought we stopped.
You guys did
put
stop
it all
back
Ships
in
like
Together.
this are never perfect.
Yeah, no.
Right,
This ship
right.
is old. So, all right. That'll be good for now. And then let's get back to the jumps. Leto comes around and grabs everybody and says, I think everyone's ready. I think everyone's ready to get going.
All right, let's do this. I look
Okay.
for Hakuru. I look for Jad real quick because he has not made much noise.
No. You find him in the cargo hold, and he has set up a target, and he is using his bowcaster in practicing, basically.
Okay, I look in.
Yeah, he's got it set on the lowest setting, and it's knocking whatever he's setting up over.
So I look in. I go, and then I back out real quietly.
He's in a trance.
You don't you don't want to trip over something and have that moment of what?
Or
I've been
shoot
shot a
straight up.
lot lately.
I
Todd
swear it
walks
was on
in and
stun.
it's just Jad, and it's a training montage. For whatever reason, he's like boxing meat with it.
Jumping over barrels and doing rolls and like shooting. That sort of stuff. Yeah.
Nice.
Figuring
Okay.
out new uses for the round balls on the end.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Getting ready to make the roll.
Roll number one.
Look at the team, and here we go. Okay, so this is going to need another force point. I've spent 2 already, so I'm down to 5.
Okay.
But I have rolled a 27. Did you?
A crew assists.
All right.
29.
All I need is, yeah,
So you spend
So-
a force point and it goes.
right. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we better not need the force coming up here, guys.
You
Maybe
guys, most people, you guys have not really been using your force points. So, and that you get them back every level. So
Okay.
I'd say use non-Jedi, use them with abandon. The Jedi are only the ones that are going to be taxing them a lot with powers and things like that.
Okay, that's
All right.
1 of 5.
That is one. Let's roll number 2. Jump number 2.
Number 2. We're good. 32.
32. Roll number 3.
Crew
Jump,
assist.
jump 3.
Again, 32.
Nice.
A
Jump
crew
4.
did not assist.
Oh,
Wow. He says, no, it's over here. I think we got it.
Yeah.
I think it's this.
Yep.
Confident. All right.
Jump
How
4.
many rolls is that? Jump 4? Okay, here we go. We are not going to make it. On this one?
Crew assist.
I don't feel good about this, guys.
I don't like when you say we're not going to make it.
Right. Sorry, let me rephrase that. This jump may take us somewhere we don't expect. I roll it, and I guess I'm going to roll to check my.
Yes. What'd you wind up rolling all anyway?
21, 23.
23. 25, I'm assuming. Okay.
Yes, because a crew assists.
Second attempt to catch the mistake.
Oh boy. This roll will be a 21.
23. All right, Jedi.
I need a price check on aisle 4.
18.
18.
Pretty sure this is
Yeah.
Endor.
She stops the jump. She said,
Okay.
I don't know about this one. This doesn't feel right.
All right, I trust you. I trust you.
Eric, what are you having to roll to get a success? Like a 3 or better?
I have a plus 11.
And it's at DC 15?
Plus 4.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
4 better. I rolled a 7. So.
Okay. So I'm assuming that you're doing this anyway. You're rolling without.
Right, just kind of in the background,
Yeah.
checking up on each thing
Yeah.
and kind of just meditating into the future as much as she can get a feeling.
Okay.
My imagination for that setting would be, Lashara is sitting in a room with dim lights, and she's got this holocron in front of her, and the hair on the back of her neck stands up,
Yep.
and she punches the intercom and says, "Hey, don't."
Whatever you just did.
Reach.
don't do that.
Touch the button.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Or
So-
what Nanat is doing is he's announcing we're preparing to jump, and then she stops, basically.
Okay.
So, all right, the second attempt.
Second attempt at 4, right?
Yes, jump 4.
Okay. I have rolled a 18.
20.
So this is going to be another double check.
Yep.
And this one is going to be 24. If you
A
can
crew
assist,
26.
yeah, that's 26. I need a 4 on this force point roll. And that brings me down to a total of 4 force points.
Okay.
And I got a 3.
Okay. So, Lashara.
Can I spend a force point?
21.
It's not
Okay.
my roll.
All right. She stops, and you hear her over the intercom. I got a bad feeling about this jump, so it allows you to start over.
Okay. There's something going on with this sector.
Could be.
The sector, huh?
Surrounded by space whales. And everywhere I want to go, there's a space whale.
Yep.
And Lashara, the green piece of the galaxy, is preventing me from eviscerating them.
Yep.
So I can value that.
Yep.
I do. But I still think sacrificing a few space whales might be it. Anyway. Okay. I'm going to go back to the drawing board. This is
Okay.
hour number 3. I'm going to eat a nice meal.
Okay.
And then we're going to go back to it.
Okay.
Here we go. 22.
22, 24. So re-roll.
I could roll a 6 on a force die, but it's not likely. So I'm just going to re-roll.
Yeah.
Good night. 17, 18, 19.
Okay. So Lashara, it's up to you to catch it.
A crew was not able to assist.
And Lashara rolled a 2.
Oh, okay.
So
So
much for that space whale.
so the ship
We're holding a wrench waiting.
ship goes shoo, takes off and see the hyperspace tunnel.
That does not look right.
I'm
Why is
confident.
it green?
I think I got this. I double checked and everything.
All right. 4 hours go by. Everyone's doing their thing, and Nanat announces to everybody, "We're dropping out of hyperspace," and he pulls throttles back a little bit, and the ship comes out and baboosh, baboosh, and everyone lurches back and forth. You guys are in the middle of an asteroid field, and he starts howling. Oh!
Sorry.
So-
Sorry. Shields up.
12, 15. The ship takes 30 points of damage as it cracks into a large asteroid. All right.
At least it's not a black hole.
Yep. Nanat is going to
Can
try
you
and
pilot us out of this?
pilot out. Yep.
Her crew is going to move from assisting him to going to assist in engineering.
Okay.
Just being his go for a little help yourself.
Okay.
We have a turret gun on this thing, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna get in the turret gun and start blasting asteroids.
Okay.
Cool.
He's going to play asteroid for
Yep.
real.
Yep. That's exactly what's happening. Nanat seems to have a handle on this. It's not too dense, but it seems immense. Whatever this was may have been more than just one planet worth.
Okay. Can we astrogate out of this, or do we need to clear the asteroid field before we can go?
Probably need to clear it first.
Yeah.
And he asked for some help plotting out of it.
Okay.
So someone else is going to use computer while he's flying. He's just avoiding space debris.
Okay, here we go. Looking at the charts, looking at the 3D model in front of me.
Yep.
I hope the target number is lower than astrogating.
Yes.
25.
That's it. I was on the nose. You see you've got to turn and go in that direction as the quickest way out. But it's still not super easy to navigate
And
out.
I'll sit there and look at the turn by turn directions. All right, turn 0.5.
Yep.
You know, that kind of thing.
Nanat easily flips the ship and starts going in the direction you told him to. He misses a few. Yeah, unless he rolls really
Smaller
shitty.
rocks.
These are huge, and it's like I said, it's huge. Like this may have been a solar system that cracked apart somehow,
Okay.
and so that may have been what was causing your jump in problems. Is this is like a
Might have been really vast.
huge space. So he gets to a point where there's a window basically to get out, and he rolled a natural 20. And he says, plot us a small jump out, and then we'll try and get back to that last spot.
All right. Looking for a safe sector.
This would be a DC 30 as well.
Okay.
Real quick, how long did it take for us to fly out of that?
That was 5 turns.
5 turns? Okay,
Yeah.
so if
Not
I
that
was
much,
down helping fix stuff, I would still be there then, because that takes like an hour.
Yeah.
but, yeah,
Engineering.
I-
What's the status of the hyperdrive?
Oh, the hyperdrive's fine. It's hopefully.
Banged up, yeah. The ship's got a big
Okay.
dent
The
in
rest
it.
of the ship.
All right. All right. Be prepared. We're getting ready to jump.
All right.
32.
That does it. The ship does a micro hyperspace jump out, and then it stops. And he slowly turns the ship and says, plot us back to the previous spot, which is another DC 30.
While we're sitting and have a little bit of time, I'm gonna get to work on
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
trying to repair some of the
Why
damage.
don't I pause for an hour and
Sure.
let these guys do their thing?
Technically, it took you an hour to plot that last jump, even though it was a
Right,
small. So
Okay.
everyone make your mechanics rolls.
So we get
27.
2 hours.
26.
All right, so roll your D8s.
6.
7.
There you go.
This is how it should be.
Right.
You're right.
All right. So you guys make the micro jump and it stops, and he starts working on more configurations. You guys can go ahead and roll again.
I guess this is my question. Do we think Hakuru is better at this point helping with the navigation, or do we think Hakuru is better at helping with
Mechanics.
the ship?
What's your mechanics?
Oh, they're both 11.
Oh, okay. So Dodd, what
so
are
it's
you?
who wants the help?
Yeah, Dodd, what are you?
Well, the feeling that I have is this: if Rura feels that we're at least space worthy, I want to get a jump in, and I'd much rather have the help on astrogation than on repairs.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, and we didn't even drop condition track at all. We just
No.
took some hit point damage.
Right.
It's probably
Right,
fine.
we healed almost half of what we took.
Yeah, you got
Right.
17 points left. So,
okay.
All right.
So let's do that.
Mary, go ahead and make your roll.
Success.
Yay.
It's a DC 20, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I need a 6 on that die. Hooray for skill or feats.
Hooray for fun.
And I healed 8.
Sweet.
So
All right. So let's jump back to
Okay,
the
here we go.
fourth jump point.
Do I need to roll for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hakuru assists.
27, 29, still 31.
There you go. 4 hours later, the ship comes out in that same vast void, and the ship registers you're right back where you started. And so, Nanot turns it around and sort of gets it ready in the direction that you guys think you need to go.
Okay.
All right, so let's do this fourth jump again.
Here we go. 25.
Hakuru
So-
assists.
27.
27. I'll spend the force point,
Okay.
and I got 4. So
There you go. Ship takes off. 4 hours later, it comes off. And you can tell way off in the distance that's that asteroid field that you were sort of kept plotting sort of into, and then you just took a turn out of. And it is the size of a solar system. It's a huge,
Okay.
huge thing. So, all right, 5th jump for this square.
Yep. 27,
Haku assists.
29.
29. So I'll spend the force point. Now I'm down to 3.
Okay.
While they plot that, I heal another 6 points of ship damage.
Okay.
And we've got one more square to go through, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So you get through, comes out. You're tired. Everyone's kind of beat. Nanat says, let's take a
Over
respite.
20 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With all those rolls, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's an additional 8 hours. So you guys are looking at your like 30, 35 hours. You've been kind of up
It's
running.
time to rack time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one should be astronabbing at
Yeah.
that. With that.
Yeah. And I'm assuming you're
We
taking
make
little
it
breaks
kind
and
of to the
naps.
bunk.
Yeah. You've been taking breaks and naps in between while you're jumping,
Well, the board, yeah.
but you're still like, everyone needs 8 hours off.
Well, I'm damn near ready to have an intravenous space coffee drip applied.
All right.
It's just an IV of caffeine. Just
Right.
Yep.
Vitamin
Yep.
B, whatever the one that gives you energy.
Yep.
Yeah.
B12.
12.
Yep. Lashara, make a perception roll.
Fail. 1.
Woo.
A crew, make
Okay.
a perception roll.
And you're in your bunk. Who else is in the bunk with her?
Jad was.
Wouldn't
I am,
be
yeah.
me.
It
Yeah.
would not be the cat.
Yeah, Dodd and Hakru were in the same bunk together. I remember that because it was Dodd who saw me climb up into the rafter.
Right.
Yeah.
So Dada, Crew, and Rura are all in the same bunk together.
Because Rura's not really sure, but she's just gonna not be there.
Yeah.
She's gonna go over here.
All right.
We got
So-
partitions. It's fine.
So Jad, you make a perception roll as well.
All right. Perception. 27.
27. You wake up in the middle of the night, and you think it's like a humming or a buzzing sound, but as soon as you wake up, it goes away. You kind of like sit up, and your antenna kind of. But it's super quiet because the ship's not moving at all. It's really quiet.
And I heard this as I was waking up, or
You think it may have woken you up, but you're not certain.
oh, man. And as soon as I moved, it stopped.
As soon as you like opened your eyes, like it was out, gone.
Humming, buzzing, like maybe akin to that an electric toothbrush.
I'm gonna lay back down and pretend to go back to sleep,
Okay. Okay.
But-
Pretend.
but still listen.
Make a deception roll.
All right.
Deceive the toothbrush.
Let's see.
I bet it's purple.
21.
21. Okay, yeah, you do pretty good. You quiet your breath and you make sure your antenna like laying there. About 20 minutes go by and nothing. You hear Lashara breathing and she rolls over.
All right.
It didn't sound threatening or anything. It sounded like I don't know, just a hum or a low buzz. And it wasn't real loud. It was just like something like you were dreaming and all of a sudden you were like woke up stark and it's gone.
All right. Well, then I'll just, I guess I'll be like, just old ship
Okay.
creaking and go back to sleep.
Sounds good. All right.
Ship's haunted.
Yeah. It's on it now. Yep.
We're just now figuring this out.
Yeah. So
I mean, we were real close to a black hole. We could have picked up something.
yeah. Yep. So a couple more hours go by and the ship starts coming alive. Leto's going around and doing tinkering and doing things like that. Nanat's making toast and tea for everybody, that sort of thing. So everyone sort of gets up and wanders around and makes it to the center hole, and he's got a real simple breakfast made for everybody.
Something.
After breakfast, before we get moving, Lash is going to intentionally take some time to go back with this device, and she's going to set it in front of her.
Okay.
And she's also going to put the lightsaber in front of her, very near the device.
Okay.
And just sit there cross-legged and kind of go into a meditative state, kind of like what Lena taught her how to do.
Yep.
And just kind of focus on the device and the lightsaber for as much time as she has to do so.
Use the Force, DC 15.
23.
You sit and center yourself, and your senses sort of expand out and around, and you sense Hakru moving through the ship. And this thing, as you focus in on it, has a tiny little spark inside, but it's dim and not doing anything. Like it would be a night light in a normal setting. So whatever's in there is on, or whatever's on is in like a low power mode almost. But it is powered.
It's like a Christmas tree light LED.
Yep. And I guess Hakru, make your DC for your use the Force as well while she's doing this.
Oh, okay. Is this a use the Force check, or is this the special thing?
This is the special thing, which you should be using the Force on. I thought that's what we were doing.
Right.
Yep. And it's Lashara.
Oh, it's Lashara.
Yeah.
Okay, I pass.
Yeah, you're fine. You sense it. You sense her consciousness.
Grand total, just in case, 13.
Okay. You sense her consciousness kind of come out and touch you, and then it seems like the focus goes back to her quarters.
Whoever's standing near her crew just sees him just go like that randomly.
I look up at him from the table.
He does.
Toast?
No, I don't try to catch it. It's like I'm shooing like something away, like a bug.
No. I'm pushing the table, the plate full of toast in your direction. Like, here, distract yourself with this.
Please, thank you.
And so it seems like
Why do you cook bread again?
it seems like the more you look into it, it almost dims a little bit, like it's reacting to your peering at it.
Okay. I would like to, once time allows, try to get more intense with it. If I notice that, I want to play with that a little bit.
Okay. You do this for about an hour, and it doesn't seem like it's going. Like every time you sort of focus on it, it dims, like it's being shy. That's the best thing I could tell. Or I could relay.
Okay.
So you get kind of tired of okay, again.
She's going to focus on the lightsaber,
Okay.
as for a little while, and see if she can learn anything through the Force about this thing.
Okay. Roll use the Force again.
25.
Okay. You're sitting cross-legged, hands in your lap, and the lightsaber lifts off the ground, and it sort of turns slowly as you're investigating it. Through this, you can sense there is a crystal inside that is resonant with the Force. It's not giving it off, but it seems to be very much in tune with it. It's almost like a lens. And you can kind of sense some of the inner workings, but what's your mechanics roll or skill check?
4.
You have no idea what it is inside, but you can sort of see the components, if that makes sense. But and the crystal's sort of in the middle, housed. But you can't tell what the power source is or anything like that. It's almost like you're seeing it sometimes being pulled apart, and then it's back together again before you can get too in depth with what it's made of or how it's made.
Okay.
and hold out your hand, and it slowly comes to your hand. You grasp it, turn it on, turn it off, and the device, the hexagonal device, doesn't react at all while you're using the force and holding the lightsaber and everything. So,
Okay, so she's gonna, she's guessing that the rest of the crew's probably getting ready to
yeah,
go on shift and start our next thing. So when she leaves the room, she's gonna turn around and look at the device, and with a little bit of using the force energy inside of her a little bit, she's just gonna look at it and say, I would love to find out your mystery, and then she's going to close the door and walk off.
Okay. All right. You grab some toast real quick and some jam, and they're all starting to get ready to do the thing. Dodd is pulling out maps again and readings and things like that and getting ready to start. So this is the last square to jump through, and we're at roll number 1.
Roll number 1. Do I have my team assembled?
Yes, and her crew assists.
Okay.
Cool, because I need it. I got. No, I'm sorry. I'm actually okay, but her crew pushed it over the top.
Okay.
29, 31.
Okay. All right. The first 4-hour jump is fine. You guys come out. Start the navigation process again.
Okay. This time, let's see. 29. Did you assist? 31. Yep. We're
31.
good.
And Mary, I assume you fixed the last 3 points.
Yes, I was gonna say, at some point I fixed the last 3 points of damage.
And this time between jumps, I probably will take little disco naps and stuff.
Okay. You can take while you're in the
marathon.
jump. Yeah,
while I'm in the jump.
Yeah, you can use 3-hour naps or whatever, 4-hour naps, whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Staying fresh.
All right, jump 3.
23,
25,
25, 26, 27. So it's close.
Do you want to try and
I think
re-roll?
I'm just going to re-roll.
Okay.
This time 32.
Okay.
And how did you do?
That beat it. So
I assist.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, he can't. I don't think he can botch his roll to affect you at all.
Regardless, I'd like him to be involved in the process. So
the crew feels involved.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
All right, fourth
it's
jump.
Shake and bake, and her crew helped.
Fourth roll.
Fourth jump. Here we go. 26. 20. Wait. 15 plus 11 is 26. 27, 28. So if you assist, we got it.
Yeah, I assist.
Okay, we're good at 30.
Does that put
right on the dot?
Okay.
Is that right? Wait, let me do that math again.
You rolled.
I rolled an 11 plus 15 plus 2, so that's 13 plus 15 is 20.
It's your visor you're adding in, right?
Yeah, my visor. So, yeah, we're good. 30. Somebody's going to be watching this down the road and go, "You're an idiot."
All right.
That's not how math.
Jump into hyperspace and come out, and the 5th and final check.
All right.
The crew does not assist.
Okay.
All right. 22.
22. All right. This is the check, the catch check.
All right. Here we go. Ooh, right on the dot. I rolled a 13. I got a 15, and I added 2 for the visor.
There you go. So the last jump comes out, and it's a small. What did I say that was going to be? Let's look this up. I believe it's a red giant. And I lost my notes somehow.
I'm gonna be running up to the bridge, just yelling, "I want to see! I want to see! Let's see where our hunt is."
Chad, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
So the ship comes out, and there's a huge red giant and a small moon orbiting it, and that's the place where you were told you would find the creature.
Okay. What kind of sensors do we have on this ship?
I think you can scan once you're in close orbit,
Okay.
but it would do like, settlements and things like that. They're really rough in Star Wars.
Okay.
Like a swamp planet freaked out the sensors and said it was full of life forms when he hit Dagobah, that sort of thing.
But it was full of life forms.
Yeah, but
Snakes and...
but it seemed like it overwhelmed everything. Like,
Right.
Gotcha.
It couldn't tell the difference
Pin-
between a tree,
right,
Yoda, and a rock.
Right.
Like
That tree that used to walk around and be a spider.
yeah,
Let's be fair. Can you?
yeah.
Because I
I can
can't.
tell the difference between a spider and a rock.
What about Yoda?
No, Yoda is a spider rock.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Okay.
The way the guy came down the stairs, it looked like a Tyrannosaur Jaws in Eric's background just for a second. Anyway, sorry.
Again, I'm sorry.
That's all
You're
right.
fine.
It's all right. Nanat says we can do a low passover and look for what we're trying to find. That's what I
It'd be
usually
nice to
do.
nice
You
to
do a little Passover.
Yep.
Crew's going to go sleep for now.
Okay.
okay.
He goes into a low orbit. I think this is use computer as well. I could be wrong.
Here we go.
I mean, computers are useful for a lot of things.
Yeah.
So.
I just want to see if they have an actual role for it.
Okay.
Backtrail, copy program, cover tracks, detecting hyperspace, communications. Use sensors.
Okay.
You'll use computer checks for much the same functions as perception. Use computer to use perception to avoid surprise. Notice targets. Search a ship's exterior for hidden weapons or compartments.
You little life forms.
Yeah. So I'm going to say it's a DC 15. It's not super hard to.
Okay. As long as I don't roll a 1.
Right.
9.
9 is pretty good. You sense there are several clusters of creatures, but they don't match the scale that you're looking for. Once you start looking at the individuals, they're a little bit bigger than humanoids, but they're not large. And the things you're looking for are large scale.
All right, we're going to continue looking.
So make another use computer.
I rolled a 2, which is giving me a 17.
Oh, for 2. Okay. How'd you get lower than that then? I thought you said you rolled a 9 on the first roll.
I did. I said as long as I don't roll a 1, I succeed.
Oh, okay. All right.
And so I rolled a 9.
All right.
Oh, a 9 plus your 15 total?
It's been a while for me, this gaming thing, so bear with me, guys.
All right. So the second roll, you wind up picking up several of these creatures in the vicinity that you're flying over, but they are
So let me get this
spread
straight.
out.
There are several large creatures approaching from the southwest.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, as long as you consider south below the ship, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. But these
All right,
these
then,
things are kilometers away from each other, so you don't think they're pack animals, from what you can tell.
Okay. That's some interesting social science there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And they're not every, 2 kilometers or whatnot. There's huge gaps in between. So you guys could probably find a good place to sit down that's not near any of them.
I will report this information to Jadin and not thinking that these are the 2 experts in this
Okay.
arena.
The knot says we should find a hole that they're not in so we can land without being seen.
Works for me.
Okay.
You're the one in front of the ship.
All right. So
So he lands on one. And
just about. He picks a spot and just kind of fires down and pulls up the last second, and there's one underneath. And this thing it's about as tall as a bantha, but maybe a little longer. I'd say a dewback, maybe a little longer. And this thing is crazy looking. Where'd it go? It has a big head with an extended lower jaw with teeth, 4 legs, and it seems to be emitting some sort of gas or fumes from, it looks like,
Gills.
not gills, but like almost antlers, but they're hollow, and they're just emitting this thing. And this thing, like, looks up and bolts, takes off. Let me make the page visible to everybody. Where'd it go? All right. Ooh, don't delete character.
No.
That was a close. All right.
Are we going to the media library? Is that what I'm looking at?
You can go to the character sheet, and it should be at the bottom called a Zorgi, Zorgi.
Okay.
Well, that's straight out of Alien.
Oh,
Yeah, even though it says medium, it's right at large.
oh, are we okay to look at its stats?
Yeah.
I accidentally clicked on it and clicked away quickly,
Nope.
thinking I should know this.
Nope, you can look at them.
We're
It's
doing some scientific evaluation using the computers and sensors.
yeah.
Okay.
I think most of it looks like something it could do anyway.
How many of these things do we need?
One,
One
Just one.
alive.
yeah,
Alive. Oh, remember those tranquilizers I bought?
yes.
Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. So, since you almost landed on it, make a use computer skill check.
Okay. 1 second. Let me call.
Now that it's right underneath the
Yeah.
sensor, maybe they can tell you
Yeah.
all about it.
Yep. As it takes off running and does its thing.
25.
Yeah. So all the stats pretty much come up on what you're looking at as it's moving and running. The computer's able to actually see what it's doing. So
Oh, this thing looks wonderful.
so
It looks like it's got really tough skin.
yeah,
It's fast as hell.
yeah, it's really fast.
Yeah.
So it takes off running. The ship lands. Nanat's laughing about his landing thing. And he sets it down and he jumps out of his seat and runs back to his quarters. And you hear him rummaging around, and he comes out with like a helmet on that barely fits, and he's got a large sniper rifle.
When we actually land, this is when Hakuru like wakes up and is like,
Yeah, yeah, it's a little rougher landing than normal. It's sets down.
He was excited.
His tail is wagging, which you haven't seen him wag his tail a whole lot, if at all. So he puts his hand
I just
on.
have it in my head that like Nanat is just this actually really sweet, adorable guy. He was just born into a race that just looks fierce and intimidating.
Yeah, and
But
he
like very much in the way that like I can't remember his name, but Yantu or Yandu, where he like had like all the little figurines that he collected.
Yeah.
I just seen Nanat doing that
Yep.
too.
Yep. Yep. So he puts his hand on Jad's shoulder and he says, "Are you ready?
Oh, I was born ready.
I'm
Let's
standing
go."
there with a spear in one hand going, yay!
So
I've never done
before,
this before, but it sounds like fun.
Yep. And he says,
Well, they're all-
"Who's going out?"
while they're all getting ready, Lash is going to go up to Hakuru and pull him aside for a quick second.
Okay.
Yeah, Hakuru would have been in his quarters. So once we landed, that's when he probably would have started like getting his stuff together. So you could have found him there pretty easy.
So she like pulls you aside a little bit and says, "Hey, Hakuru, I have to ask you a question, and I know it's going to make you feel a little uncomfortable, and I have the sincerest apology for that. But because we've shared some emotional connection through the Force, I know a little bit about what the sisters, I think you've called them, has put you through. But I have to ask, have you ever seen them use the Force or use their powers to give something else energy?
The crew just kind of gets a very like dark look on his face and just goes, "Yes, they would pervert corpses."
I think that's a different spin than Lashara was expecting.
It is, and she like bows her head uh, and almost shame that she had to bother him about this, but she doesn't know any better. She's like, do you know how they did that? Can you tell me anything about, were they meditating or were they? I don't know anything about them, but uh, I need to figure out how to use the Force on that that stone object that we pulled from the temple.
The crew just takes a moment. You are good. So if you give me your word that you will never use, I don't know exactly how, but you will never use what I describe on something living, I will tell you what I remember.
She looks at him and says, as sincere as I can, I will promise you that I will never bring harm to any living being again uh, if I can help it. I'm not even going to go on this hunt today because I just don't feel right about it.
Oh, no, 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 no. If you need to harm something to protect yourself or those you love, that this is fine. But when things are dead, let them stay dead. That is what the crew is asking.
Oh, well, that one's easy.
Not so easy for the sisters. They do not let things go.
I understand. You have my word, Hakru.
Right. So, what the crew remembers is the corpse will be put upon a large slab of stone. Many sisters would gather around this stone and they'd begin chanting. The very air would hum with their weird ways. And then this Vert, he like starts like pointing to green things. It's similar to that. Would like smoke would seem to come out and seep into the corpse, and there would be these terrible, terrible faces in it, all of them in pain. And the corpse would begin to glow, and it would begin cracking. Terrible, terrible cracking. Bones do not make that noise when they break. And then the eyes and the mouth would glow with this green. That is the color. Fire. And then the corpse would begin to move on, not on its own. The sister in charge of this ritual would then begin to order it, much like a puppet. It would move around. And they called it, I believe in this tongue, soul binding.
So Lash looks at him and says, that sounds absolutely awful. I've never imagined the Force could do something like that. I wonder if they used it in a different way or with different techniques. I appreciate the information. but I don't know if that's something that I want to dabble with.
You don't. You are too good. You are too kind.
And she says thank you, and she kind of gives him a very noble curtsy and says, I know that caused you distress, and I apologize for that, Haku. Have a good hunt.
Oh, I'm going hunting. Okay.
Well, I imagine you guys have all been talking about it.
Okay. Yeah.
And she kind of turns around and goes back to her quarters.
Okay.
I've never asked a crew about his time. Hey, a crew, what about this? Oh, a crew's got a story. No, it's not fun.
Okay. All right. The rest of the party. Nanat stands there for a little bit until everyone's ready. Who all's going? We have Rura, Dodd, and Nanat.
And if they wait for him, the crew will come. If not, the crew will grab a speeder bike and catch up.
Okay.
And if there's no speeder bikes, then the crew stays on the ship.
Dodd, I think, is going to sit this one out.
Okay.
He's not really crazy about the hunting thing. I mean, he's excited that his crewmates get to do it, and he'll express that every way that he knows how.
Okay.
But hunting's not really his bag.
Okay.
But he does hand over the tranquilizer. Like, inform people where the tranquilizers are before we go.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, you all knew when I bought them. I kind of showed up, and Dodd's a pretty gregarious person. He's like, hey, look at what I got. You know what this is? Kind of
right.
And how many of those did you get? 2?
I
Three?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Oh, I thought I heard 6. But
But I believe it's almost like something we have to like slap mat onto them. It's not like a projectile.
Described as like a hockey puck, yeah.
yeah.
Okay. All right. You guys exit the ship, and this is tall grassland. Like, this is like 6 foot tall in most places. Heavy reeds. So
I meet you guys at the base of the thing, and I hand somebody a comm unit and say, stay in touch. I'll be near the bikes if you get into trouble.
okay.
I have a wrist comm, so.
Okay. Yeah.
As we're walking,
I think everybody has a comm.
As we're walking out, I'll just I'll get on the comm and chirp back to Dodd. You know, Dodd, they say to stay out of the tall grass. And then
Wait, this is tall grass, she says.
That's what Nanat says. As they both look at each other and they look down, and Jad's like looking up. Dang it.
So did her crew end up going with you guys?
Yeah, her crew went.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, yeah.
Her crew shuffles up, looks up.
Now's my chance to go through all their stuff.
Her crew is
Just
5'6".
Go, thief,
to
go.
give you guys some like background on this.
I would say I can't imagine Jad is that tall. I didn't
No,
think
I'm not
Rhodians
tall at all.
were.
No, I can't remember.
Well, it's
how
like
tall I said I was.
it's like Zabrax could be like as tall as humans, but I
Right.
specifically chose like, oh, this guy's a runt of the litter. That's why he's only 5'6" and 120 pounds. Like
Yep.
he's compact little boy.
Yep. Okay. This this is
Jad is 5'2".
5'2".
Boy.
You're 1.6 meters. I had to go to the internet and transfer that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Regular American height's fine for me, so I don't have to go and translate.
I wrote both on my character sheet.
You're the best. All right.
I did my weight that way too, because
Nice.
she's 7'3" and 330 pounds. Like, she is
That's pretty
very dense bones and tissue. And
Yeah.
Yeah, she's actually very skinny.
Yeah.
yeah.
Lean. All right. I believe this is going to be perception checks, folks.
All right.
Yeah, I'll keep that.
Difficulty's a 20 if you're below height. If you're above height, it's about a 15.
27.
Okay.
I got a 15. Yay.
Okay.
I got got natural 20, so 29.
Oh, God, everybody's like,
Nice.
that's the direction. The people smaller are looking at breaks in the reeds, and the people looking above can kind of see a little path that took off in.
We found footprints. They found the path.
Yep. And the knots also smelling it. So anyone who got a nat 20 or above like a 25 or a 30 can smell it as well. And it's got a very greasy odor to it, like a greasy, smoky.
I'm gonna ask Nana if he thinks that smell is coming from the gas or whatever coming off of it.
He bends down and he goes, "I do," and he puts his head back up. And his ears go down when he pokes his head up, and they go back up. His eyes are wild. Like this is like a Klingon on a hunt, basically. Like this is something he loves to do. And so he starts trumping forward. But everyone make a sneak roll, survival. No, stealth. Sorry.
Stealth.
The crew is gone.
I managed a 12.
Okay.
29.
I'm very big.
Yep.
Oh,
All right.
we got the same.
28 for Nanat. So he is quietly like doing this, like leaping and stepping just right. So the other two, you guys, as you get going for a little bit, you notice that Rura is like and like pushing the reeds aside and moving too. So it's not super quiet, but it's pretty good. Most people wouldn't hear it. So this goes on for about an hour of you guys trumping around and then stopping, and it looks like it turns at one point. Make another perception roll. Oh, shit.
No,
I'm going to re-roll my roll.
There you go.
I got a 10.
Okay.
26.
I re-rolled my roll and got exactly the same roll.
Nice.
16.
Okay. Anyone over a 30, the smell is gone. And the knot stops for a minute, and he looks back at everybody else, and you guys are kind of like moving and like look up at him. He goes, "The smell is gone." He rolled a nat 20. And he looks around. He says, "I think I can see the trail." Anyone over 25 can kind of see the trail above the grass. Below the grass, it's a little harder to see, but it looks like it's changed up its movement to be stealthier. And so it is
Following the knot at this point because
Okay.
I'm like, oh, you seem to know what you're doing. I'm gonna. Sounds good.
Yeah, when you look up over it, you can't tell there's been any movement through the reeds at all. And you kind of duck back down. You're like, "Oh, I don't know where it's at."
Yeah, crew just. Should we separate so our synths aren't all together like a giant ball of warning?
I'm gonna say no to that one.
No, but what we could do is split into two groups. One with
Yeah.
a person who's taller than the grass in each, and
Yeah.
Yes,
vice
separate.
versa, so that we can get a little distance between us, but also not lose those of you who are too short to see.
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
Okay. The knot turns around and he goes, "Who's coming with me?" And he
I'll
looks
go
back between Jad and her crew.
I'll go with Nanat.
"Let's go." And he like turns, and you guys are heading in this direction. He turns off to the side and starts moving off.
So I can see him, so I can just kind of parallel
Yes.
him.
He is popping his head up every once in a while, like checking, and then moving his head back down in case whatever it is can see above it. He's not sure.
It's like a really aggressive gopher. Just
Yep. So stealth rolls.
28.
Okay.
22.
14.
Okay.
Better than last time.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
like, oh, okay. Wait, hang on. If I don't quite.
Yeah, you're kind of figuring out, and you keep brushing against and breaking some reeds, but you're doing pretty good. So the group split off, and what? Let's do a perception roll.
I'm going to re-roll that.
Okay.
I got a 15.
Okay.
17.
30.
Okay. Hakru, you know where Nanat is, but anything under a 20, you don't know where the other group has went. Like it just vanished in the reeds. And so then it picks his head up and looks back down. But it's about the time that Ruro's looking off in the other direction, and he pops his head up and then pops his head back down. She looks back, and he's gone. So an hour goes by of you guys moving off. Let's do a perception roll for the creature. Ooh.
That's much better. That's a 21.
Okay.
Definitely re-rolling that one.
I finally rolled above a 10.
Much better. 24.
Okay.
I got a 20.
Okay. 20s and above, you're able to still figure out where it's going. Jad, at one point, Nanat turns to you and goes, "I lost the trail," and you can still pick up on it and say, "That's the direction that's going."
Oh, yeah. I got it. We good.
All right. Stealth for
Rura
this
is just
hour?
like there with the crew, and the crew is just very calmly just like disappearing, coming back, going, "We go this way."
And she's
How
like,
did you get in
I
front
can
of
see
me?"
it over that way. I walk fast.
24 for stealth.
Okay.
Stealth.
Apparently, this is the part where I can't. I got a 7.
Okay.
25.
I rolled a 2.
Okay. She doesn't quite fall down, but she makes a huge, like, turn or something, and, like, the things get tangled up around her, and she... And it kind of echoes a little bit.
Oh, no.
The crew just pops up.
All right. Where's this stuff at?
I'm like almost 2 feet shorter than you.
I know. I know. She pops claws and starts cutting away grasses that
Yep.
have entangled whatever it is.
Crew takes out the vibro dagger and just helps.
Yep. Yep. All right. I don't have his skills, so... That would be his stealth. All right, so another hour keeps going by, and you guys think you have him. He's moving in a very strange pattern right now. So let's go ahead and do perceptions to see if you can find him.
Gonna re-roll
20.
it. There we go. 24.
Okay.
13.
Oof. Let's see what he got. That is a 20. So Nanat picks up its, figures out where it's going. And again, it's making very erratic moves. Anything over 20 hit the mark. It's making erratic, like, turns, almost like it's starting to double back on itself, and then it takes off again in another direction. And stealth for everybody.
27.
28.
Okay.
16.
Okay. All right.
Might have to skill focus still. Just not suck so bad at it. I'm trained in it. It's just being large. It's
Yeah.
-5.
Yeah, that's...
It's hard.
All right. All right. Another perception for another hour.
28.
15.
Okay.
27.
All right. And stealth. All right. All right. So anything over 20 and you're able to find it, Nanat kind of kept on it again. And stealth. Ooh.
22.
Did really bad this time and got a 20.
Okay.
I got a what is that? 17.
Okay. All right. Another hour goes by, trying to keep on its trail. Difficulty now is a 28.
I don't know where it is.
This is perception.
Yes.
Yeah, 20 total.
Okay. So
4.
okay. Nanat seems to still be on its tail. Other party, it suddenly goes dark. Like it's you can't smell them. You don't see any traces. Roll your stealth.
Oh, that was awesome. 28.
That's the best one yet. I got a 19.
Okay.
27.
Okay.
Brewer's all proud of herself for finally managing to maybe get the hang of this thing.
Hakuru's
All right.
teaching you how to like step lightly.
All right. Perceptions again to see if you can find him.
Rerolling that.
24. That's
23.
31.
Okay.
Nat 20.
All right. On a natural, it's not a critical for skills, right?
Right.
Okay.
It's just with skills, 1 is not an automatic failure,
Right.
but we've been
Right.
treating it that way. But yeah, so that's why I said my total is a 31. If it matters, I did get a natural 20.
Okay. It feels close, but you're not sure where it's at. You're not picking up a trail, but if you had hair on the back of your neck, it would be standing up. Your horns tingle.
It is nearby. Hakuru knows this. I need higher ground.
how heavy are you? For the record. Legit question.
Fully loaded.
Whoop!
Uh-huh.
Fastball special.
Let's see, it's 67.
If you give it to me in kilograms, that would help, but
Yeah, I can give it to you in kilograms.
Your weight plus
Okay.
your carried weight.
right.
Yep. I just need a minute to do a quick conversion. Nope.
Because I wrote down my carrying capacities, so
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote it down too, but I accidentally put everything in pounds. Yeah, like a heathen. That is wrong, and I need to fix that. But okay,
Uh-oh.
so either way, that would be 50. Some things are on my character sheet twice,
Uh-oh.
but I can fix it. I'm just going to subtract that, so it's like that's 4.
It shouldn't be a deal breaker on.
With all of my weight is 100. All my carrying weight is 108 kilograms.
all right, that's less than a third. Like, I literally just pick you up and do this. Because
With your
I've
regular
got-
lift.
Yeah, she's got a regular lift of 324 kilograms. So you're
She-
fine.
She just picks you up.
Whoa!
You're like, she's close by. Oh! Your head's popped up above. Make another perception roll.
Everybody are just
Just him.
Roll that. Yeah, they. Second natural 20.
Okay. You look, and as you look over, it is coming out of the bushes at you, or the weeds at you.
Hold me steady.
Super,
He aims his rifle.
super quiet too.
He just looks and goes, "Hold me steady," and he just starts to
No.
aim his sniper rifle at it.
I mean, it is leaping up at you with jaws open. Like
Oh,
it's
he's firing.
It's not a way. You interrupted his sneak attack, basically, or sneak round.
Clever girl.
So initiative for you two, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, I was not prepared. I'm holding up a punch
Yeah,
number. I got a 14.
Okay.
26.
Okay. A crew. 18's the creatures. Orgy. And then we have. What'd you roll, Mary?
14.
14.
Yeah.
Rah. All right, Hakru, you pop up, look over. It's leaping, claws out, silent as all get out. Like, you're startled for a split second before you can do your thing, but go ahead and shoot.
Yeah, I take 2 swift actions to aim, and I take... So I'm not taking a huge negative, and then I fire at it.
Okay.
At them. Oh, nice. Okay. So plus... So 7... This is point blank, so...
Yeah.
8. So, 25.
Hits.
All right. He's going to take 3d10 right to the face.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. 9, 16, 18. He takes 19 points of damage.
Okay. All right.
So you just hear it go, ah!
Yeah.
It's a very loud.
He shoots.
Huge recoil.
And then as you look over, Mary, you see this thing just go at him. Let's see what he's got.
I've got to be flat-footed. I mean, I'm being held aloft.
Right.
Yeah.
That recoil might have knocked us both. Knocked you out of my grasp.
So he got a 23 on the bite.
Yeah, even if I wasn't flat-footed, that would have hit me.
Yeah. Let's see. D8. 14 points of damage as he clamps down on you.
Oh, that's fine.
And he's doing the claws with the rapid strike. That is a 17.
Are we considering me flat-footed? That's going to be the important part.
Yeah, because you're not able to dodge.
Okay, then yeah, that hits.
Okay. 26. 14 points of damage with the first claw.
It's 28. All right.
And that is a 15.
15 will miss my flat foot.
Okay. The tail, however. 14, Mary?
No.
Okay. This tail shoots out of its back. It's not like a... I guess it could be retracted. It swoops by and just... This barbed tail just barely misses you. Bites, claws, and then it goes into a roll and picks up and takes off into the bushes again. So Mary.
Okay. Like, has it disappeared?
Stealth. Ooh, yeah. You make a perception roll.
Yeah. 26.
Yeah, it's gone. Leaped, did a little hop, and poof. Like, you don't hear it or anything.
All right, so on my turn, do I see it?
Make a roll. Perception.
At this point, she has put Hakru back down if he didn't
Okay.
get knocked off with the attack.
Yeah.
So she can blaster in one hand, spear in the other, and go, okay.
23.
No, it is gone. Like, it did a little hop, and you don't see any of the reeds moving anywhere from where you're at, and you get dropped back down.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to track my health.
That's all right.
Yeah, so Hakru is going to then on his turn move over to his comm and just go give just quick coordinates of where we're at.
Okay.
And just like, we just encountered the creature. I shot it in the face. It clawed me. It bit me. It looked like it tried to, I think Dad says, sweep the leg on Rarua, and then it ran away.
And it was heading in and I give the general direction from where it headed, from where it ran off from.
Perception rolls.
Natural 20,
Okay.
which is a
23.
27. So.
All right.
Did you need? Were you talking about everybody there? Kurt?
Nope. Just these two.
Okay.
You guys get the message, and they're not like stands up and starts doing this back and forth looking.
Are you kidding me? They found it first. Oh,
Really, it
They're
found
not
us.
growls. Arrgh.
A crew found it first.
Yeah, Mary, you are not flat-footed against it.
Okay.
It wherever it went off, and you guys are kind of looking that direction. Suddenly, it's on the side and comes out at Hakru again, full like leap.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, she just barely has time to go as it comes barreling out. Oh, 26. I assume
that's
hits.
gonna hit me.
Another bite. That is 15 points of damage.
Okay.
And none of these are hitting your damage threshold, are they?
No.
Okay.
I've been tracking that. He hasn't actually come close to that yet.
Okay. 2 claws, 27.
Yes.
DC 9 points of damage. That's the lowest he could roll for that.
Okay. So it was this was 9, and the one before that was how much?
15. Yeah.
15. All right. So. Ooh, a crew is looking bad.
Okay. Rolled a,
Crew looks like he's been mauled twice.
he rolled a 27 for that second attack,
Yep, that hits. Go for it.
and that's 9 points of damage as well.
All right, cool. Hakru is still alive.
Okay.
but barely.
That is correct.
Does a 14 hit you, her crew?
No.
Okay. I would assume are you? Would you be on the ground after being
Yeah, she
almost bowled
she
over?
set me down.
Well, no,
No, I mean like knocked over on the ground.
You have an ability that does that?
No. The barbed tail lashed out at you this time, and it and then pulls back at the last second. Mary.
is it still somewhere where I can shoot it?
Yes,
Okay.
it is
Then
engaged in melee with him. So do you have
I
a
have point blank.
that allows you to shoot into a melee?
No, that allows you
No,
to
but-
get +1 to attack and damage.
Okay.
Otherwise, she takes a -5. Precise shot lets you shoot into a melee.
Right. I'm
Okay.
just saying it's better than nothing.
Yep.
It is, in fact, better than nothing. And you know what? Maybe it's time to mercy kill.
Yeah.
All
You're
right.
getting mauled and just look off into this side. Kill me. Kill me.
So it's a minus. So it's a -5. Or you shoot into a melee. Is that what it is?
Right.
Okay.
Right. But although I am standing right there, aren't I?
Yeah. Yeah. But they are engaged in a back and forth.
Right. But what I'm saying is that I don't have to shoot him. I can.
Oh no, yeah, you can claw. Yep.
Then I would do that instead because that's not
Okay.
icy. So I
Hey, you
just
can
kinda
stick with the drink pack. I have it distracted.
As he's in its mouth being tossed back and forth.
I know.
He's distracted. He's distracted.
I don't think that I would think about that first because she had the spear in hand. I didn't say she had the trank pack in hand, so she's
Okay.
going
That's
after
fair.
the spear,
Okay.
and we'll. If we kill it, we kill it. There's more. If not, you
Okay.
survive. Hopefully. So I rolled a 21 to hit it.
Okay, that hits.
Okay. This isn't going to do a whole lot of damage, but maybe I can get it.
Yeah.
Its attention. 13.
Okay. Okay. You throw the spear at it, right? Or
No,
you claw it?
I'm literally just stabbing.
Oh, okay.
Spear so I can melee with the spear.
All right. You stab it good in the back, and it turns with his arm in its mouth and lets go.
I was gonna say I like wrench on the spear trying to open
You're
the
like,
jaw.
oh,
It's a,
oh.
like it's
Suddenly
a
it's,
lever on a door.
it's looking at you with very intelligent eyes. Like it's creepy.
I growl at it because that's weird and I don't like it.
All right. Top of the round. Hakru.
Okay, as a swift action, I'm going to second wind,
Okay.
which gets me 18 hit points back.
Okay.
So that's 61 minus 18. Why can't I math right now?
That's right.
I'm going to bust out a calculator. There we go. So Hakru very much dusts himself off and just goes,
Stands up right next to it.
yep. So going to go ahead and shoot at it again.
Okay.
All right. That's respectable. It's 8. 20 total.
That hits.
Okay. Ooh, 10. 7. So that's 22,
Okay.
20, 4, 25.
Okay.
And Hakru is then going to use his move action, well aware of what can happen, to use his jetpack to go up.
Okay.
He goes up 6 feet and is now up, or he goes up 6 squares, so 30 feet, and it's just up in the sky.
Okay. All right.
On the left side, hey guys, now you can find us.
Yeah. Yep.
This is provided that I survive the attack of opportunity that's coming in my face right now.
Yeah. I think it's just his basic bite and see, he just gets one for all the attacks.
He just gets one.
The primary melee.
Yeah, whatever his primary is, he gets to use it on me.
I think it's his bite.
These things happen.
16.
That misses!
There you go. All right. You were up in the air. It is its turn. Boy.
Hi.
Boy, you did a lot of damage too. You took it down on the threshold too. It doesn't howl, but the antler things on its back do this trumpet sound, and the smoke starts billowing out. It crouches down and then leaps straight up. And you're like, hey, I'm okay. Oh, and you just see these big jaws coming at you. Because
Does that mean I get the attack of opportunity?
Yes.
Because I'm in melee and.
Yep. Oh, he's
That
got a
is-
reach too. Jesus.
16.
That misses.
Yep.
So he is up in the air with claws and teeth.
Hakru, haha, I'm safe! Oh no, I'm not!
Yeah. Because he's got a specific leap attack too. That's what he's doing again.
Yes. Player aware of that. Hakru not aware of that.
Yeah. All right. So 26 to hit with the bite. 10
Yeah, that
points of
hits.
damage.
How much?
10 points of damage.
10? Okay.
That is a 22 to hit. And that is.
Oh! Okay. Question.
Sure.
Can I make a pilot check because I've got vehicle combat to negate one attack against me around? I'm currently flying something.
Yeah. Hot Crew really wasn't expecting this.
He was not. He was not. I totally get it.
If you're being shot at, yeah, because you're kind of expecting it.
Right.
And if this happens again, sure.
Right. Yeah. If you fight this thing again, like so, that first claw attack does 10 points of damage.
Okay.
And the second one, 25.
Yep, that hits.
13 points of damage. He kind of clamps onto you.
And a crew comes down with him.
Okay. So they hit right next to you, Mary.
Yeah, Rura has dropped the spear, realized what she's doing wrong, and pulled out the trank pack.
Okay. I'll say it's a swift. To just drop your weapon, I think, is a free action. To pull out something is a swift.
Okay. As soon as she gets the chance, she's going to try to tag it with it.
It's your turn.
Tag with it.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's flat-footed because it is on the ground now, clamped onto him like a cat.
Yeah, that looks very familiar. That is it. Just a melee attack?
Yes.
What would it be to slap this on?
Yeah, just a basic melee attack.
Okay, so 22.
That hits.
All right.
The thing goes on. The lights around it light up, and it clamps down on its skin, I guess.
How long does it take to work? Do we know that?
I don't know. As soon as you slap it on, it does its thing, and the creature like sits up, lets go of him, and then falls over.
Oh. And then I tried to make sure that the Hakuru was not bleeding to death.
Right. You go over to him and start administering. About that time, Nanat and Jad come through the reeds. And Nanat's like, ah!
And I'm going to scream, "Are you kidding me?"
Nanat goes over and starts looking at the creature. Ah! He growls.
A crew is pulling a dot and is bleeding out there.
Hey, we're trying to help.
I know you're trying. Yeah, you're pulling a crew.
Yep. So that is a medical check for
Oh, it's treat injury.
treat injury.
Yeah, treat injury. It's a 15.
Untrained as a first aid.
Yep.
I do have a med pack. I have 3 of them on me.
I think I have one too. No, I don't. But I know I have. I've learned some of the things you carry around with you at this point. We've spent a bunch of time on the ship together.
Yeah, and you've probably seen him use it on Dodd.
No, I haven't.
No? Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So
There's a pouch with a big red plus sign on it. It's right next to the one that's got a
Make a
ball
perception
with a
roll.
pin on it.
Make a perception roll. Yeah.
18.
You find it. Pull it out. Pull it apart. Start pulling things out.
What? 21 on a treat injury.
I believe that's...
So I get 1 plus 1 for every point above. Is that what it is?
where is it at? Treat injury. Treat injury. It's a little bit more than I think what we were thinking. First aid plus 2 equipment bonus. Where'd it go? Treat. Yeah, because you had a medical kit. The creature regains a number of hit points equal to its character level plus 1. Oh, and plus 1 for every point by which you exceed the DC.
Okay.
And you rolled 22. So that's 7. 23. So it's 8 plus your character level. Plus.
So that's 12. Cool.
You sit up.
So the crew is at 11 hit points.
Oh, good. You're not dead.
The crew
Sits up.
It's not fighting anymore.
It's dead, Nanat says.
What?
Neither is a crew.
He looks at it, and it looks like whatever few points of damage it did sticking the thing on killed it. It was that close to dying.
I was definitely meta and looking at this like, man, we've really pumped some. Oh, we got him at 1 hit point.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and I
Chris
rolled
is very
it.
much like
I rolled
Chris
it.
like stands up. It's like,
I rolled a d4, and it did exactly the amount of hit points it had left and killed it. So
That seems a waste of tranquilizer. I could have. Oh man.
the knot says, that was a hard battle. Looks like. He pokes some of your
For one of
wounds.
us.
you're gonna like.
Ow, ow.
A crew does not like being ambushed. He prefers to be the one ambushing. This is not hunting. This is
Being
hunting
hunted.
tall grass. A hunt, you sit in a blind and you sit in a trap.
The knot says, this is what it's like to be hunted.
Yes, not a fan. I've done it before.
It means it's smarter than we think.
He did look weirdly like it gave me a look at one point where eye to eye, and it was a little unnerving.
And then it's looking it over real good. He pulls out the retractable tail and says, this was crazy. Look at that. Look at the barbs on that.
I know.
Oh,
I didn't end up with it, but I
The
feel
crew
like,
pulls out one of the barbs.
Yes, look at one of the barbs.
Yep.
oh wait,
I wanna-
did it actually manage to tag you with the tail once?
No,
I don't know.
it came.
No,
real,
I
it like
think
came out at your eye, and then
Times, yeah.
Okay.
'Cause it missed me and then it missed you.
yep,
I'm gonna cut off one of the barbs and put it in my pocket.
it's a big old finger size. No poison glands or anything like that, but
A crew sees you just like, hey. This is our trophy.
You know, and I'll pull it back out of my pocket and I'll say, you know what, you're right. I'll get my own. And I'll pitch it to him.
You keep that as gift from a crew. Remember what he does for you.
Bleeds a lot. Shoots a lot. You know.
there you go. All right. The knot says we have to start from scratch.
So
Okay.
we bring this back to the ship?
We could.
No, we bring this back to the ship. I need
Okay.
We did kill it.
You guys start dragging it back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
I can definitely
Yeah.
I mean, does it weigh more than 496 kilograms?
With everybody pulling on it, you guys can drag it back. This thing's a good size. It's dense, muscly. Let's see how long it takes to get back. It takes about an hour to get it back. You guys traveled pretty good.
Apparently we did some circuitous
Yeah.
hunting. We've been
Yeah.
out here for a couple hours.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys drag it back. Leto's outside, hovering about, doing some fixes on the dent on the outside. It turns back and it goes, "Ooh, you guys look like shit."
This is how they always
he
look.
floats down, and a little claw comes out and he pokes one of your wounds.
What is with everyone poking me?
I didn't poke you. I put it back together.
Yes, you. Thank you.
You're squishier than I thought. Boop, boop, boop.
What's really funny is like these are all going to scar over, and I'm still going to look like me. This isn't going to be anything new.
Yep. He says, "Are we going to put that in the cargo hold?"
We're
Or-
going to
I mean,
put
we don't
this
have
in
any
next.
other cargo.
Oh, okay. Are we going to put the live one and the other one in the garage?
We have
Well,
a
we
live
set
one.
up a
In the
specific-
cage.
When we go get another one, we set up a cage for the live one. We already built that.
Okay. This thing takes up a good, not a whole thing, but it takes up a good corner. The cage does. Did it give you the right dimensions? It might be a little smaller than what it would need to ride comfortably. It may be able to stand up and lay back down, like a dog cage that's just about a little too small for it.
The crew
We
is
don't
fine
need it
with
to be
this.
comfortable.
Okay. All right. You guys drag it up into the cargo hold, and it leaves a huge mess. It's just bleeding everywhere. The more you jostle it, the more it kind of oozes. And that smoky stuff is more like a a greasy liquid that's sort of dribbling out of its antlers now. Did you guys get it in?
Hakru is going to opt out of the second round and is instead going to work on finding out if this thing is edible and making and starting to cure some meat and whatever is a usable part from this thing. He's going to start deconstructing it.
Is it edible? Boy.
You can milk anything with teeth, Jack.
Boy, I don't even know what the roll on that. Roll
Survival?
percentile.
Percentile?
Yeah.
All right.
I assume you could take 20 on the survival check. So
Yeah, you've got time.
high or low, Mary?
Low.
A 100.
67.
Yeah, it is not edible. You think at least it's not edible for your digestive system, but there's a lot of bones and parts of it that can be used for different things you can think of. The hide is pretty good. It's pretty cut up, but stabbed up and shot.
Took a
It's
couple
got
of,
two huge blaster fires in it.
Yeah.
a spear hole and a
Yep.
a tiny little tranquilizer puck that apparently did the killing blow.
Right. And you're not sure.
Whether the tranquilizer is still good.
Would you have tasted it and like, nom 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 nom?
Oh, Hakru?
Yeah.
He would have like probably cut a piece off and like cooked it until it looked like thoroughly cooked, like so it's not pink anymore. Probably closer to like actually probably would have made it well done.
Okay.
And then would have tried to eat it.
You want to
His tongue goes numb. Horrible. That's not good.
This does not work for Hakru.
Yeah, your mouth's
like
numb.
tranquilizers.
It tastes like tranquilizers. Dang it.
I can't feel my lips.
All right.
up her spear. Goes,
Before you go-
I'm all for this. Let's go again.
Before you go, since we can't eat this, take some bait. He cuts off like some like huge flanks of this.
Nanat says, I don't know if it would eat its own kind, if it's that smart.
And I'm gonna look at Nanat and say, I also don't think we should take Hakru back out there.
No.
Oh no, Hakru wasn't.
Hakru is not going back out there.
Well, you said bait.
That would be God.
Nanat chuckles. Let's go.
Yay!
And he kind of trots back out.
The
Does
murder
it-
follows.
Does a smell. Ooh. And he says, I think we should go back in case its others are listening to the trumpet sound it made.
Oh yeah, could have been a distress call.
So he starts kind of double timing it back to that area. Who else going, Jad?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Nobody else? You guys can't help but hear the dragging and the talking about this thing loudly in the ship when it comes back in. Like when they pull it on the ship goes.
So I
Sinks down a
think
little bit.
that Lash would come out and see Hakru's condition and lend better aid.
He's got all kinds of like bandages on him, bleeding everywhere, or blood all over his clothes.
Yeah, definitely blood all over his clothes. Most of it his.
Yeah.
This time.
All right.
Dodd comes out of his cabin, walks down the hallway, and goes, "So, hey guys, how did the whoa?"
Yeah.
Don't eat
Turns
that.
around, walks right back into his cabin, shuts the door.
It's like I haven't got shot yet. I don't need to get shot. We're gonna go.
Yep. So, as Nanat is leading you guys for a little bit, he says, "Everyone have your puck ready." That seems to be the first thing we need to do.
Yes, yeah. Was going to suggest that. That worked very well at the end there. I feel like it would work even better if we did it at the beginning, just from personal experience.
You guys are getting close. Roll your perception rolls. Where am I at? What is going on?
18.
14.
Okay. Nanat says, "Stop. Get down." Everyone gets down, and you guys don't hear anything, don't smell anything, don't see anything. Make your stealth rolls.
21.
20.
Okay.
Oh, 21. I lied. 16 plus 5 is 21.
Okay. Nanat almost stops breathing. You guys sit there for a second. Go ahead and make another perception roll.
24.
16.
Ooh. You guys don't hear anything. Nanat, I think, does. Yes. All of a sudden, his ears perk up, and he kind of looks over to the side, and he motions like he's tracking something moving, and his ears are doing all this twitchy stuff. And he kind of slowly turns and picks up his feet real slow and sets them down. Perception rolls. Oh, Jesus.
17.
23.
Okay. As he's tracking, all of a sudden he pops and stops, and he starts like looking. He's not popping his head up above the reeds, but he's like doing this scan, like he lost it. Stealth rolls.
28.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 6. 11.
Okay. Initiative. Oh.
I'm consistent. 11.
20. What is that? I can't read that. I'm getting old. 16. 26.
Need the big dice.
Yeah.
Let's see, what if he is 11?
Or better light.
27.
One or the other.
So no one beat a 27?
No.
No.
Okay.
26.
Orgy. 26 is Chad. Mary is next. And Nanat goes absolutely last. He rolled a 1.
No.
This time I have a tranquilizer in one hand and the blaster in the other.
Okay. Out of nowhere, again, you guys are kind of looking at the reeds, and all of a sudden there's like a little shadow that you see run down the reeds, and you look up, and Mary, this thing is coming straight down on top of you.
Okay.
All right. 15. Does it beat your flat-footed?
No.
Okay. All right, that's a 28. I'm assuming that hits.
That hits.
It snaps and just barely misses you. Its claw does 13 points of damage.
Okay.
The other one hits as well. Does 12 points of damage.
Okay.
And this time the tail hits, but it doesn't have that much damage to it. 9 points of damage.
All right.
Out of nowhere, this thing comes out, snaps at her, lays both claws into her shoulder. Each shoulder rakes down, and then this tail comes up behind and hits her in the chest. And it hits the ground, does like a little roll, and then stands up. So it is Jad.
Who's it close to now?
I'm assuming you guys were huddled. It is closest to Mary. To Rura, sorry.
All right.
It's
and
not
damage threshold only applies to a single attack, right? It's not
right.
cumulative.
No.
Okay. Just double check.
I'm going to assume that I can't lunge at it and get this thing put on?
Yeah, it's a move. That's a move action, and it's not that far away. You guys are like in a.
Close enough for that then.
You guys are within. You're in each square next to each other, basically, and this thing is one square off.
Then yeah, I don't know. Would it be an acrobatics check?
No, you just run up to it. You just move, and then attack
Just
would
gonna be a
be.
movement.
Then your attack would be your base attack bonus plus your strength, right?
Mm-hmm. For melee attack.
Your strength
Yeah,
bonus.
Right.
Plus a d20.
All right. Well, that's what I'm gonna do then.
Okay.
And that's a 21 plus 3, 24.
That hits.
Okay.
You slap this thing on, it digs in, and the lights go. It doesn't growl, doesn't do anything. Let's see, it does a couple points of damage. It does a d4 damage if you want to roll it.
All right.
This thing has
These little triangle thing. D4s are annoying. 4.
4. That's pretty good.
Because I have big sausage fingers. They're hard to pick up.
All right, that is Rua's turn.
Okay. It's still standing.
Yes.
She's gonna shoot it.
Okay.
It took a couple of shots before it went down last time, and we're just gonna give
Big
the
shots.
tranquilizer time to work.
Okay.
Keep it distracted in the meantime. Although, never mind, because Jad's standing right next to it, so she's gonna,
Yeah.
stab it with a spear instead.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. 26 to hit it.
That hits.
Max damage. So 14 piercing damage.
All right. Stab it real good, and it
Like,
looks.
ow!
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, it looks back at you. It hasn't lost its trained on you pretty much, and it kind of glances over at the other two as you stab it. All right, the knot. What is he gonna do? He is just. What is it? Precise shots you got to have to shoot into.
Yeah.
Oh, he does have it. All right.
Yeah, it's a pretty basic feat that
Right.
you need. Generally speaking, you need both point blank and precise
Yeah.
to take any of the actual shooting feats, and then on top of that, you need point blank in order to take precise.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19. All right. He just shoots it point blank with his sniper rifle. Does 13, 17, 18, 19 points of damage. Which does its damage threshold, so it's a -1. All right. He shoots it. Pretty big hole in it, too. It jerks its view over to him, and then you see its eyes kind of, not cross, but it kind of like looks around. It is top of the round. Oh, I guess it'll try and do something. That ain't gonna hit. 16 hit you, Mary?
No, because I'm not flat-footed.
And that misses. It bites at you close, like clunk, and then it kind of does a swipe, and the other one like goes to swipe, and then it goes underneath it, and it kind of falls over on its shoulder.
Ha!
So, Jad, it's your turn. This thing looks like it's going down. Its eyes are kind of rolling, and it just
All right.
sloppily missed her from its precise attack you saw just a minute ago.
I'm gonna take my blaster rifle.
Hmm?
Set to stun.
Does it have a stun on it?
Yes.
Okay.
So I hopefully don't kill it. And I got a 19 to hit.
All right. Is it blaster pistol you have?
No, I have a blaster rifle. I had a blaster pistol, and I traded it out to a blaster rifle
Okay.
when we got all the stuff.
All right. We should have put that in
thought,
there.
my bad. I thought I told you about that.
Okay. All right. What'd you roll? I'm sorry.
19 to hit.
I believe that hits. He's flat-footed now.
And then it's,
Yes.
8.
So you roll your normal damage, and then it just does half damage, basically.
Oh, God. 9 damage.
9. It does not go down.
Oh! Come on.
All right. It absorbs it, turns blue for a second, and the thing is like looking wildly into the air as it's on one shoulder, and then it slowly rolls over on its side, and its legs are like kicking, like it's trying to run. Mary, it's your turn.
I can also set blaster to stun.
Okay.
Just make sure it stays down.
Mhm.
I natched 20 to hit it.
Oh, yeah.
So what it... Sorry, I
Roll full damage, and then just half it.
have it.
Yeah.
Okay. So 10 points of damage.
It is
Killed it.
still
Well-
awake. It's still awake. It's still like... It's got 1 hit point left. So by the time its turn comes around again, it can't do anything. Its legs are slowly like dropping to its side. Its tail's out, and then it clunk, falls on the ground. So it's still kind of awake, but you don't think it's aware of its surroundings or anything.
We have upset PETA.
Stand there for another round, and it's slowly like its head drops and its legs drop completely, but it's still breathing.
Okay.
The knot walks over to it. It's alive.
Cool. I have one of those liquid cable dispensers, so can we like muzzle it while it's unconscious?
Yes.
That's a very good idea.
Yep. You were able to muzzle it really easily. Survival roll just to see how well.
12.
I think it's pretty good. It's wrapped around it. You don't know what its
Okay,
open
I know
mouth
the-
pressure. Yeah,
It's fine.
I've seen this somewhere. I've seen this somewhere.
Oh yeah.
The knot is ready to drag it back. Again, it takes about an hour. You guys drag it back. The ship is still there. Leto's kind of above the middle of it, kind of looking around. And when you guys come up, he stops and starts floating down towards you. Ooh-wee! Is it alive this time?
I mean, I think so. It was when we started walking back.
Of course it's alive, Leto.
It does a little scan. All of a sudden, Leto perks up. And he says, there's several of those creatures real close moving in. And the knot looks up and starts looking around.
Where was like, okay, so on to the
He
ship
starts
now.
pulling faster. We've got to go.
Like you watch
I'm
her
gonna-
like grab a rope and put it over a shoulder that's been clawed, and she just kind of ignores it as she's trying to get on the ship. Now.
Yep.
Hakuru's.
I'm gonna
I
run up
imagine
to
this
the,
whole time Hakuru's been just in the cargo
Yeah.
hold, like cleaning and cutting on this thing, and so he hears this.
Yeah.
He grabs his rifle and just lays down in that sniper position, just looking straight down,
They're-
just ready.
Yeah. They're trying to pull this thing in faster. The knot says, help. We need help getting it on faster.
The crew grabs the sled, the loading sled, and just flips that on and runs it right down to
Okay.
him.
All right. Doesn't take much. You turn it off in a second. They pull it on. You flip it back on. The thing lifts up, and you haul it on completely. Nanat yells. He's pushing on this thing as fast as he can run. He says, "Close the door."
I'll break off and hit the button.
As you hit the button, make a perception check.
Oh, good thing. 12.
Beep.
Man.
Boom. Boom from the other side.
Damn it! I just fixed this ship.
Boom. Whatever's on top now. You hear like clunk, cluck, 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 cluck walking across the top. Leto says,
Nanat, get us out of here.
Leto's
And
like,
I'll look over
they're
and
on
go,
the ship. He starts flying toward the cockpit too. Leto starts running, and he's wild-eyed.
The crew will also run towards, because the crew also pilots. It's very much first one to the
Yep.
first one to the seat wins.
Yep.
Aurora will start putting this thing in the cage.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna be helping with that.
In the
Okay.
cage
It's
before
just the two of you. It takes a little time to put it in. Hakru gets to the cockpit and starts flipping on switches, and then a shadow moves across the control panel. He looks up, and there's one of them slowly moving down, and it's looking at him and like looking at the window, and takes its claw and starts like running it along the line of the where it's meeting the metal. He's like, "We gotta go! Everyone, buckle up!"
Yeah, the crew sees this, takes his pistol out from his holster, puts it on the control panel in front of him, and just continues to hit switches.
So about this time, Lashara makes it up to the cockpit after all the hustle and bustle, and she sees this thing looking in at the crew. She's going to try to use a mind trick.
Okay. That is use the force.
That's a 23.
Mind trick, mind trick, mind trick. Do. Oh, that's a force power, right? I gotta look at your character sheet. Is Lashara? I think I put your force powers in here.
One creature with an intelligence score of 3 or higher that is both within 12 squares and within line of sight. Make a force check. Target's will defense.
It's will defense. Oops. That's not the one I wanted. Oh, yeah, it is. Its will defense is a 14, so yeah, you beat it.
So she's going to give it this image of prey being over in the grass just off to the edge of where the ship is.
Okay. Refraining another suggestible suggestion. Okay. It looks over and jumps down and starts moving in that direction, looking around. And then it sort of crouches and it starts moving in this way that you can tell it's not making any sound as it's walking. There is, as you guys are slowly picking up, there is another one on the other side of the ship that you can see from the cockpit, and it is starting to scratch at the plating.
Have we started to take off yet?
You're just starting to lift off. Hakru says, punch it. Not Hakru, Nanat says, punch it.
Okay. Hakru punches it. Hakru is getting ready to like just turn sideways and just kind of like barrel roll them all off.
As you take off as fast as you can in atmosphere, the thing flips off suddenly, and you hear other tumbling as you're taking off. And he says, take us up and out. You guys slowly pull up. Stars come on as the atmosphere gives way. He's like, that should take care of the rest of them.
Just in case, I went ahead and rolled a pilot check. 30 total.
Okay. Yep, you guys are in space, floating there. Nanette sits back and breathes. That was close.
Yes. It's closer for some of us than others.
It says, where to now?
You're captain.
Let's head back towards the place. Bakura, is that where we brokered the deal?
Yep.
Let's head back there.
Has Don left his room yet? Is he like on the intercom going?
Yeah.
Let's go back. Are we? Is all
No,
the on the way?
You guys were doing a lot of RP. I didn't want to get in the way. You had some real momentum going. Dodd has been kind of watching things going on. Like he watched you bring the animal in, put it in its cage. Then he wandered towards the bridge, sees all this stuff, but just kind of kept his mouth shut till it was time to make a decision.
Okay.
Let's head back the way that we came. Let's do a full sensor sweep at every stop and try to accumulate as much data as we can towards this well.
Now that you got the
Jad, what's the disposition of the creature and its health?
Well, we shot it up pretty good. So I took the tranquilizer thing off. Hopefully that'll help it. Hopefully that'll help it heal so we can sell it better.
As he's in the cockpit.
Because we're in there together. I did not let you take that off.
Yeah, you start to take it off, and she smacks your hand.
Lash,
She puts her.
do me a favor.
She
Can you
puts her.
bounce into the cargo hold and have a look at the animal?
She puts her hand on you, and the claws slowly go into the back of your hand until you let go.
Tell me what happened to her crew.
I do take the rope off of its mouth.
Okay. So it can breathe.
Yeah.
Her crew got intimately familiar with the first one.
Okay. How you feeling,
In
buddy?
more ways than one.
Yeah. How you feeling, buddy?
Almost all together. Part of
Okay.
me was left behind.
Rua, you think you could have a look and see what kind of damage was done to the ship by those creatures real quick before we jump to hyperspace? Make sure they didn't clip a line or we're losing pressure somewhere, something like that.
Yeah, she can. She's happy to.
Yep.
Once she's like make sure that everything's locked up and that Jed is not in the cage with the thing anymore.
Cage is locked up. Jad's been told not to touch it. Just period. Just don't.
I'd feel safer if Jad kept an eye on it, though.
Right, but
Just leave that thing on. Just leave that on.
tranquilizer on it. It will keep it alive the whole time.
Lashara goes in there as Dad had requested to lend a hand, and she sees this thing, and she turns immediately around, walks back out the door, walks up to Dad, and says, "No," and goes back to her room.
Okay.
And
Hakuru? I push the button for Hakuru again.
Oh.
Hakuru, would you mind bouncing back to that creature that we have captured and see if it needs any kind of medical attention? I'd hate for our prize to die on us on our way.
When her crew says he became intimately familiar with it, he means it nearly mauled him to death.
This is a
Now,
different
this is not the
culture.
first time for her crew. These things happen.
Yeah.
But I believe we need time to heal some wounds. Right now,
You just said
the
you were
creature and I
trying.
do not get along.
Okay.
Leto turns around and says, "He was so injured, he's talking to himself in the third person."
All right. I'll go back and give my inexpert opinion on whether or not I think that this animal is going to live.
I got a 31 to double check.
Okay. Yeah, nothing. Just some cosmetic damage. They pulled off a plate. Nothing crazy. No more asteroid fields, please. That's about it.
Okay. And then she takes herself to the med bay and goes, let's see if we can do it. Like, she's just got wounds the whole time. Just ignore it. Like, it doesn't.
Yep. Anybody else with medical expertise want to help? Treat
If a crew's
injury?
not flying anymore, then yeah, he's going to be looking at patching himself and other people up.
Yeah.
Because he's not expertise, but he's trained in medicine or treat injury.
It's just the two of us.
Yep.
It is just the two of us?
Yeah. It's just
Holy.
the two of us.
I thought Lashara was too, but I might be wrong.
Yeah, I'm trained in
Okay.
No,
but
I meant that we were just the two of us were injured.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's-
Well, I know I can't have any more injuries treated on me today. I'll have to wait till tomorrow, but
Okay.
I
Well,
can
I
treat.
haven't had any so far,
Yeah.
so I'm sitting there going. Well,
I don't
mean,
think
all looks
I don't
injured.
think I don't think Jad knows how to get injured. I think
No.
he's like
He's been injured before.
damage. No.
Yeah, no,
No, he hasn't.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
This is
Yeah.
literally the first time Hakru has been injured.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Impressive.
I got taken out. I got taken out on top of that hut.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
the
right.
Grenades.
Yeah.
All right. So, is anyone going to help Rura heal up?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
So that's
Yeah,
a
Bashar.
28. Do I get any? Does the med pack give you like an equipment
Plus
bonus?
2. Yeah.
So that's 30.
So that's 15 extra on top of your level.
So that's 19.
30. I'm sorry, 30. It would be a plus 1 too, I believe. Your level plus 1 for every. No, it's plus 1 for everyone over. So additional
Yeah.
15. Phew.
So 9. Right. No, that's bad
Right.
math.
So it's her level, which is 4,
Right.
plus I got 15 over.
15 over.
So that's 19
19.
total.
I am doing good math.
Yep.
Haha. Okay, so I'm still hurt, but it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lashara
Super
would help, but she'd have to
I
wear a mask.
49 of 64. So
Okay. And just mark off the med packs as you're using them.
Yeah. That's 2 of Hakru's 3, so I've got
Okay.
1 left.
Okay. All right. Nanat says we want to plot a. Anyone want to plot a course up here, Dodd?
I'm on it.
Okay.
I think we're all reports are that we're okay. I still don't know about how that animal's going to be, but I looked at it. It looks damaged, and that's all I know.
Okay.
So,
Damage?
plotting a course.
DC 10 for this. Use computer check.
That's it.
Yep.
Just don't roll a 1, huh?
Once you have the data, that's how easy it is.
All right. 26.
Okay. So you guys do a single jump this time, and it takes 1-2 days to get back to it. The elbow where you guys were.
Okay.
Healing.
What was that?
What is natural healing?
Yeah, I'm looking that up right now.
Okay. Just if we fly long enough, it might not matter.
I think it's like a point a day or something.
Only unconscious.
I think it's at least your level.
Natural healing. Character gets 8 consecutive uninterrupted hours of rest, regains hit points equal to its character level. Living creature cannot heal naturally if it has persistent conditions, and the creature can only benefit from natural healing once in a 24-hour period.
Check it out. Greg knew something.
Hey.
A creature can... Go ahead.
You said it took 2 days.
Yes. A creature can regain additional hit points from first aid or long-term care via treat injury check.
Okay. So Hakru's going to get 4 back from 1 day.
So this is going to be someone performing long-term care or first aid the whole time you guys are out. So you guys won't be able to do the checks yourself.
Right. I wasn't gonna worry about it. I was just gonna let
Okay.
the
Yeah,
natural.
I was looking at like natural healing and second winds.
Yeah.
You can only second wind until half your hit points, though.
Right.
Exactly. But I could still do that. Hakru's down low enough. I'll be able to do that twice.
Wow.
Right. The 2 days that we fly gets Aurora back to within 10 points of being full, so she's
Okay.
not really worried about it. So
Okay.
We're on a probably 10-day journey, I think, if we're doubling the jump speed.
We need to get a medical bay on, like our upgraded medical bay on this ship. I think is one of our first upgrades.
Yeah.
Maybe an
We have-
astrogation droid and a medical droid.
Okay.
upgrade it.
Between the 2 second winds and 2 days of healing, Hakru is still down 16 hit points.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I can no longer second wind.
Yeah.
However, in 4 days, I will naturally heal.
Okay. Yeah, that's just you hanging out in the med bay or in your bunk, not doing a whole lot of anything.
Yeah, Hakru's taking it easy.
Okay. So you guys have made it back to the arm. Let's go ahead and do another use computer check, DC 10.
All right. 28.
Okay.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days to reach Bakura.
All right. Yeah, Rura just takes it easy and is healed by then.
Okay.
Same.
Okay.
2 days before on the 5th day, her crew is able to start like doing stuff.
Okay.
Rura's back to full on the 2nd day.
Okay. Who is checking on the creature, Jad?
Yes.
Perception rolls for each day.
I was watching the contractor walk out.
Yeah, Chad was
Right.
checking the creature.
Perception rolls.
Yes, one for each day. So you had 1, 2, 3,
Did you say 6 days?
3, and then an additional 6, so 9 altogether.
9. Okay. Doop. I can't add. All right, 25.
Day 1?
16. 12.
Day 4,
15.
day 5,
11.
day 6,
And 25.
day 7.
Well, there was some. Oh yeah, there's some stinky rolls in there. Natural 20. So 29.
8,
And then 23.
last day.
And 23.
Okay. All right, it seems to be doing okay. There's nothing, it's just out. That little puck seems to be doing its thing, and there's a little counter on it. It has 14 blips, and each day goes by, a blip goes off. So when you guys reach Bakura, it's still got several days left. And it's just laying there. Its metabolism is so low, it doesn't need to eat or anything like that. So it's pretty inert. And you guys make it back to Bakura, and we will probably call it there for the night. It's 10 o'clock.
Good call on buying those tranquilizers, Zod.
Yeah.
I have my moments.
Lashara, give me a use the force check, and we'll do these days as well. So we're going to do 9 of these.
First one's 15,
Okay.
18,
Okay.
18,
Okay.
14,
Okay.
17,
Okay.
20,
Okay.
26.
Okay.
One more.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 more.
31. That was a natural 20.
Okay.
And another natural 20.
Jeez. All right. The last 2 days of the trip, you start feeling the device is humming now, very, very lightly, and it's humming audibly, and it's humming through the force. You have to be up close to it to feel it, but it seems like that little flicker is getting a little brighter and a little brighter.
Okay. So, yeah, she's going to spend some time, again, like kind of in that force meditation trance thing. And she's going to kind of talk to it, but not really. Like, she's going to talk like it's a person there, but talk to herself, really.
Okay. Okay. You just get that feeling the last couple of days, like this thing is slowly powering up, almost. And that's about all at the moment you're getting off of it. So
Okay.
We'll call that there. Is there anything else anybody else wanted to do on those 9 days of, I guess, 2 of you were healing up. One was watching the creature, one was studying with the holocron. Dot, is there anything you want to do in the meantime?
Astrogate, collect data, try to compile it in a format that we can sell.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do a use computer check.
Okay. 24.
Okay. You think you've got what you need on a little chip that you can sell.
Okay.
Or you can put on the holo grid and sell it that way. It's up to you. But you'll have to get back to known space to...
Yeah. Okay. I'll figure that out next week, I guess.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. We'll call it there. Go ahead.
One more thing before.
Sure.
Flash is, since there's that much time,
Yeah.
Flash is going to start practicing with the lightsaber. She is skilled in how to use a sword. It was part of her deal as being a noble.
Right.
So she's going to kind of use it in that fashion, not necessarily like a Jedi would, but she wants to get comfortable with the weapon.
Sure. It would just be combat roles to do that. So,
We
yeah.
can do that next time.
Yeah, it's just a montage of you practicing as if it was a sword. It feels a lot different. It takes a lot of... The first couple of days are all its weights off, since the blade has no weight. Or if it does, it's generating its own gravity, microgravity that makes it feel like it's got a blade, but it does not act the same. So,
Okay.
So yeah, you're in the garage, which does not have the creature, and you're just practicing constantly, and no one really bothers you. Everyone's got their own things they're doing. So
I just hope I don't lose a limb, and
Yeah.
we'll pick it next time.
yeah, there is nothing with training with a lightsaber, is there?
No, not really, but she can be
Yeah.
super careful.
Yeah, we're just going to do that. The first couple of days are super careful, going through katas or whatever you're doing, and then the last couple of days you're actually exploring with it. Does that make sense?
Okay.
All right. Thanks everybody for listening. We're going to call it here tonight, and we will see you on the next episode. May the Force be with you. This has been a production of Gaming Without Gaming, all rights reserved. Visit us at gamingwithoutgaming.com. Follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/gamingwithoutgaming. Title music is by Greg Braun. Find him on soundcloud.com/Clara7. That's KLARA-7. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Gaming Without Gaming logo music is by Kevin MacLeod.